right. Over the last several months, we've all been shocked to learn the details of the National VA scandal. Documented egregious malpractice on the part of our employees at the VA in the care or lack thereof for our beloved veterans. There are no words that adequately can express the heartache that's felt by this mom of a Marine son and mom of a current Marine daughter. We now know of secret waiting lists that our men and women were put on only to die waiting for the phone to ring. We now know of workers deleting case files to qualify for bonuses. We now know of psychiatrists that only see 5 patients in a day, while soldiers with PTSD are turned away from VA emergency rooms only to take their own lives, like Daniel Summers. Friday, we learned that 13,000 clerks and support staff have been overpaid, some for 14 years. 2 years ago, this was caught in an internal audit, and the audit was suspended. The jobs that were filled after that were also filled by overpaid employees. Even when they caught their own error, they did not fix it moving forward. The Federal Employees Union that represents these workers have a contract that states if you accidentally overpay employees, you cannot take it away. They become entitled to the higher pay forever. From just September 2013 to May 2014, this amounted to $24.4 million. We cannot even fire employees who put people on secret waiting lists or deleted files to get their bonuses, or the managers who told them to do it. I know many union workers, hardworking, decent people, who are also outraged over what has happened to our VA. But when workers are scheming to defraud, they should not be protected. As a congressional candidate, I'm obligated to study issues and offer the constituents who will be making a very important decision November 4th my thoughts on what can be done. I cannot remember the last time Congress actually solved a problem. And because of this, the scope and size of problems just keep growing. Everything has become driven by politics, and the politics is all corrupted. Here are 9 ideas that might make a difference. 1, conduct an independent review of the VA. Let an outside organization like Concerned Veterans of America take on each hospital. We now know we cannot trust the figures that have been given to our elected officials by VA officials. 2, criminally charge those who have caused a death based on their actions. This will send a loud and clear message that moving forward, anyone who does not do their job and take care of the veterans they are hired to serve will end up prosecuted. 3, fire anyone who has committed wrongdoing and sustain the cost of that firing. We must send a message to those who do not do their jobs that moving forward we will not tolerate this. 4, since we know now that we cannot hold the employees accountable in any way, on any level, we must go to a different model altogether. We need to recruit doctors to come and practice at the VA. We are now 400 doctors short. The VA provides the office space, and the doctors who want to care for our veterans come to practice there. The doctors set up their own practices. They hire their own staff and pay them and schedule their own appointments and bill for the patients that they serve. We will have to eliminate salaried physicians who do not have an incentive to see as many patients as they possibly can. We need every physician arriving at work to see our veterans to have a financial interest in working hard. We will attract the best and brightest physicians this way. If we cannot get rid of the schedulers and the managers who are placing our veterans on secret waiting lists, then we can eliminate the jobs and let private sector people do them. They can then apply to work in the physician offices and be accountable in the private sector to bosses who can let them go if they don't do their jobs. 5, we must recruit and hire the most successful private sector hospital administrators and put them in charge of the troubled VAs, so that the intense review process that takes place when there are problems takes place at the VA. 6, the VA must be taken out of the President's cabinet and be put under control of Congress. At least there would be a possibility that 435 House members and 100 senators might be able to hold the VA accountable. They are currently holding hearings, but this is a problem that is on the President's desk, and the buck stops with him. 7, the VA should be under the watch of the state health departments like every other hospital, where state health departments can arrive unannounced to investigate problems, where patients can file complaints and the hospital must answer to them. This infrastructure is already in place in every state. 8, I will support a bill that will allow our veterans to seek outside care when they cannot get timely care for illnesses. And 9, eliminate bonuses. The bonus is that you have a job at a time when many do not. The bonus is that you spend your career taking care of our veterans. You get raises based on performances, not bonuses. Employees should not be bribed to do their jobs. These will not completely fix the problems at the VA, but we must begin finding solutions and making sure that veterans can see doctors before they die waiting for them. On the processing of claims issues, it appears that filing a claim with the VA can be as complicated as filing your tax returns, where a majority of Americans have to hire help. And let me say something about women's care in the VA. One day, my daughter will be seeking care at a VA. The number of women seeking care at the VA has doubled since 2000. 1 in 4 VAs does not even have a gynecologist on staff. How can that be? Female vets have been placed on electronic waiting lists at higher rates than men. Half of female vets of childbearing age were given drugs that can cause birth defects. Only 1 in 6 in the general population. We've invested $1.3 billion since 2.8 in women's initiatives, and this is what we have for our women warriors. Brian Higgins has been absent. I've been waiting to hear what he's going to do about this. I've been waiting to hear outrage, and he has a weak voice for our veterans. The waterfront looks nice, Brian, but what about our veterans who are dying? I promise you that I will work relentlessly and tirelessly to solve these systemic problems, not just have hearings on them. I promise to be a strong voice for our veterans. Every sailor, soldier, airman, and Marine who must make that total commitment to their country must know that their country will repay that debt owed to them and honor the commitments we made. On the battlefield, they leave no man behind, yet they come home and are being left behind. And if we won't take care of the best of us, we won't take care of the rest of us. God bless our veterans. God bless Western New York. And God bless the United States.